traveling through the woods, getting into a much more foresty area. Even came across a swamp slash bog, and a bit of messiness with the bog water happened. That's about where we are right now. But before that, of course, the little dragon. Yeah,
Yeah, the little dragon.
yeah.
The
A
Ashen
baby.
Dragon, the Ashen Dragon, as I have dubbed it.
I saw that. I saw that.
Where did you dub
I
that?
will
I,
probably make the suggestion in character at some point.
oh yeah, that the group name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
that needs to be in character and in group. But I mean, brainstorming is always an idea to do.
I
So,
am gonna do it in character. I am gonna suggest it in character, but it'll take a while probably for William to
Yeah.
sort of put the cogs in his brain.
so since the dragon just was so cool, can we all get a 1d4 inspiration then?
I made that dragon. If anyone's gonna get the inspiration, it's me.
I'm
Okay, the
okay
first
with
thing I
that.
see.
But isn't it
Okay.
dangerous to give inspo to the DM?
Do you think I give a flip?
Yes, the inspiration can absolutely be given to me as well, and I will use it.
For good or for evil, we're not sure.
Yes.
You don't
Oh
know.
no.
When has he ever done anything for good?
Heh.
Well,
He gave us a dragon.
yeah. And I put down a character for good.
Just wait till the dragon kills us in our sleep.
Oh, that might have already happened. Wait, what?
He's just a baby. Well,
Okay, I'm gonna, in that case, start from the bottom of the table list and go upwards. Mine's, which character would you deem worthy of your point of temporary? You cannot give it to yourself, obviously.
Well, I wasn't going to. I'm just trying to think of who I think was quite a good role player.
Yep, you can deem or give it for whatever reason you think, like the character did something cool or the roleplay was good. Yeah, it's up to
I
you.
mean, I think I might give it to. Uh, I think it's Varen. I think it's
yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
yeah Varen. I'm gonna give it to Varen because it's technically her dragon.
Yeah, okay.
I accept this reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, Fate, if you think someone should deserve 1 point of inspiration.
Well, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask if I could give it to Varen so for Ember saving her vote on that rule for the bit, but
You can, one person can have several, so that's okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if that's allowed, that's absolutely why.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause that is just great.
Okay. In that case, Ember.
She is picking up food that I ordered at the moment. She
Ah.
will be back in a couple of seconds.
Absolutely. Let's go to Pontus then for now.
Yes.
Wait, you skipped over Jamie.
Yes.
Why would I know what? What? I'm just here to
Exactly.
fucking watch, man. I don't fucking care who gets. No one, for all I care.
Well, actually, I wanted to give him one to Aiden for just walking straight through the water without even caring.
Absolutely.
If that is okay, even though he's not here. Oh,
Yep. It's up to you guys when that should be used then on Aiden's turns. You know?
okay.
Atomy?
I would give one to William because he's taking such good care of us with the food.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And Mo.
Probably for Garakuro, probably just for picking up the sacred magic relic and immediately going, ooh, what does this button do? Try and test it out.
Yes. I approve. This session, it will be special that, okay, yeah, go back a bit and choose. But going onwards, it will need to be from the previous session as most as possible. So you can't
It-
just
Rightio.
ride on the same. You can't just ride on the same thing.
Yeah,
for the-
that
you know.
seems fair.
Okay, so whenever Ember's back.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I've been
sorry.
here.
she's here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In that case, who gets your point, if anyone?
I was also going to say William. Again, with with the with just the whole interaction with the dragon of the whoa,
Absolutely.
the
So,
absolute excitement of holy crap, it's a dragon.
yeah, in that case, Verin has 2, Aiden 1, William 2, and Gurakor 1.
It's like Eurovision.
Yes. Okay, so as we left off last week, you were basically preparing the camp, making sure it is safe.
I think we left off. It was like just after the dragon, morning after the dragon woke up.
Yeah, 'cause she had
Hatched.
woken everyone
Oh,
up.
right. Yeah,
Basically.
that's absolutely right. I'm big confused. Yes, it is indeed morning.
Oh, I
And
forgot. I forgot to ask. We took a
long rest, yes.
unsafe long rest, right?
Indeed. Considering damage previously being had and spells being used, I don't think it matters. No one was badly wounded, I think.
Yeah,
No one had
the guy
used
was
up
down like
all their
I was down like
spells.
a couple hit points, but
Yeah.
I was I'm for some reason I'm at 12 hit points, so I imagine I just go back up to my top.
I imagine so, yes. Let me
So I
just check.
did remember having one question that I was saving for when we ended the rest.
Absolutely.
Would you allow me to cast Mage Armor before we recover spell slots from the rest?
No. I mean, you can cast it, but I mean, if you cast it like during the rest, that would technically break the rest.
Because you'd
Uh,
have to concentrate. Is it concentration or?
Only if I spend more than an hour on it raw, but that's why I'm asking. Short rest, casting the spell definitely breaks, but on a long rest, you can spend it's an hour or 2 hours on even combat, and it still counts as a long rest by the book.
Can you link me the page and I'll get to you on that?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So I'll answer that down the line here.
Yep. No, that's fine.
William, by the way, could you go ahead and take away another 2 pounds of grain, and Edgar take away half a pound of cheese.
Oh yeah, I already did that yesterday. I mean, the
Thank
last
you.
time.
So what?
I already did that the last time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you questioning me?
Okay, I get what you mean. Sure.
Someone has been sneaking out of the supply.
What was that? Something about someone sneaking the supply?
Yeah, maybe. No one knows it yet, though, in character at least.
Well, if it's morning, William's gonna start cooking breakfast, so.
Yeah. Would he notice 2 pounds of grain missing?
Oh, I had
It's
no
up to
cheese
you.
left, by the way.
I'm gonna have William roll I'm gonna have William roll an intelligence check just to see whether he would remember this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said you have no cheese, so you had some cheese, and now your cheese is gone. Then
No, I ate the cheese already. I had a lot
oh,
of bread
it was
left.
completely gone. Okay, so you have bread left. Yeah, take
Yep.
away half a pound of that then. Okay, yeah, absolutely. You could during your end of the like at the end of your watch cast the mage armor, and we'll call that good. And you'd
Okay,
still get
so
the spell slot.
William got a
Awesome, thank you.
13.
Yeah.
I think
So
I rolled the
how
right one.
much weight of in grains was there previously?
Well, my thing says that there was 16 grains.
16 pound of grains. So uh, I mean, he could likely chalk it up to just having miscalculated with it. Just I mean, if it was having 4 pounds of grain and now suddenly just two, yeah, that would be absolutely noticeable. But from 16 to 14, maybe, maybe not.
Okay, I'll put down there's now 14 grains. William is going to, with that 13, is going to think, has someone been stealing this? But he's going to, he's gonna just sort of mentally mark down how many grains we have now. He's like, not gonna look into it just down. He's gonna definitely start interrogating people.
Absolutely. In that case, breakfast is being made.
I'm think I'm gonna go with, seeing as we're running low on, I'm gonna use the last of the meat, and some sort of and the rest of the meat, and I'm gonna say 2 pounds of grains to sort of just make a meat rice sort of stew.
Meat porridge.
Meat porridge, yeah.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Do you want me to do a cooking roll or?
Yeah, let's go for a cooking roll.
I'll just mark the grains down so it's all of them. So it's one meat and I'm gonna say 3 grains.
Absolutely.
Oh, I still have temp HP on my sheet from the last round of meals.
Yes, if you have temp HP, get rid of it, because that's now gone.
Gotcha.
Edgar
Okay,
would
now I'm going to roll my survival roll for the cooking.
Yes.
Edgar would eat bread with the meat porridge, and he would notice half a loaf being missing.
That's a 9.
I mean, you put the meat in first, get that charred kind of exterior on it, which that's good. But you also put in the grains a bit too early, and then sort of forget it. And yeah, no, you definitely burn
I've
some.
overboiled the rice, so now it's like, when it absorbs too much water and becomes sort of mushy.
Yep, that's what's happened.
It's been over. It's been, and because of that, the meat which has been soaking has also gotten a bit too sort of chewy now.
Yeah, and not only that, there's also like at the bottom of the pan, the rice as well has kind of gotten burnt. Like it's not horrible. It's decent, but
Like
could
William
have been
could probably like scrape off like the
yes,
burnt bits. Sort of like he does. He obviously like cleans up before they leave off.
absolutely.
Uh, so that's. So I'm just gonna remember how many that was. So that was one. That was 4 pounds of food altogether.
Indeed.
Did 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 somebody steal my bread? I had a loaf. And now I have a half a loaf.
I mean, I've lost. I don't know if it's just my head or something, but I've also sort of been missing a sort of 2 pounds of rice have gone missing.
Does it look like the bags have been torn into? It might have been some sort of scavenger item up the tracks or something.
I hate to be the sort of person, but we do technically have a slight stowaway, don't we?
Ooh,
Food
dragons eat
isn't a
bread?
necessity.
I don't
Right.
know.
Dragons eat. I just assume I assume the thing needs to eat just like the rest of us, and if we're missing, 3 pounds of food, like I would assume it's been snacking while we've been watching we've been sleeping.
Does the bread look broken or does it look nibbled on?
Give me a investigation check.
Oh boy.
Now I'm going to shoot your question real quick because I forgot to write it down in my notes.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Absolutely. Shoot me questions. The bread definitely seems nibbled on, and yeah, those are probably like claw marks as well. It's like claws have sunk into the bread and then nibbled away at it.
It has been. We have a little stowaway.
I think it might be our stowaway that helped himself to our food.
It should does look like it's our. Maybe some of us are hiding some claws.
Look, I don't have any. I have daggers. He says he like pulls out one of his daggers again, just sort of wails it about before putting it back.
I mean,
do.
sometimes I leave my nails too long, but I didn't eat my own bread.
I
Oh, I think
do
you would have noticed.
recall a mention of rats out here. I mean,
The
that doesn't
claw
really
marks
seem
are.
likely in the swamp.
Why are we all
but
like going? Oh, it can't possibly be it's the
I'm not
dragon.
saying that at all. It could be the dragon, but I'm also mentioning what else might be out here, even as unlikely as it might be.
From what I can tell, how quiet is this swamp? I just want to have a. Could I have a listen? I actually just realized. Is
Yeah.
there any? Is there like life? Is there actually sounds of life?
Absolutely. Go ahead and run. Give me a perception check, and we'll see how well perked your ears are, I suppose.
If I might raise a voice
Oh.
in defense of the small dragon.
Wish
It's
it was
quiet.
a one. It could have been a one.
It is very quiet. Yes, go ahead, Ember. Sorry.
This is going to sound like madness, but I'm able to communicate with it a little more that it talks in my head. I'm sure it's fancy magic. He doesn't need to eat. It's food is like snacks. He doesn't need it, but they're nice. So unless he's really craving bread, I don't think he'd do that.
Wait,
So that is one thing to consider. We don't need
William
to have
looks at
Russian
you
for the
with
baby.
like, when someone says something and you're like just process, and you're like trying to process what they just said, like the dragon talks to you.
Edgar shows the
Yeah.
bread to Varen.
It's very confusing.
Is this a tiefling thing? Or
I don't know, actually.
Does this look like a dragon I did to you? I show her the bread.
he could have. Look, could William like look at like the claw marks to try and determine what they could be from?
Yeah.
Seeing as like he's like a person who's lived next to a forest all his life.
As both of you look at it, I mean, doesn't really look like dragon claws or something. I mean, you're not really sure how dragon claws look, but I mean, if anything, it looks familiar.
Could
Well,
I
it's a sign we should
roll a
get out of here.
survival check to determine the what it could be?
Uh, yeah, I suppose so.
Could I also?
Yeah.
Can I
Just
say?
like to
Leeroy,
see if
did you remember to set your alarm last night?
I don't think he did. No.
No, I did not, since we were away keeping watch.
So it is possible we had an intruder other than the dragon.
Yes, it is.
What little knowledge you have of dragons, this is definitely not dragon, but it looks familiar. That's the one thing that kind of ticks you off, which is okay. If this looks familiar, then it cannot be a dragon because dragons I'm not familiar with. Aha, this might be rats.
yeah, I was about to say with her roll, can she tell if it's like
Oh no! You know, William's eyes go wide as he has he's not a smart person, but what he is he's very good at putting thing as he's not smart, but he has a +1 to wisdom, so he's not completely stupid. But he's able to things are cogs are going in his head. That man who gave you the weird hand gun hand cannony thing, the thing that shoots fire that you said,
clacker thing?
yeah, the
Yeah,
that guy, he mentioned that he was attacked by rats.
he did.
I
Yeah,
think I thought he
he
said
seemed
like
very
rat
poor off.
creatures.
It The fact that we've been scavenged by rats might be an indication that whatever attacked those poor people and nearly killed that man um is probably nearby.
Well, we probably shouldn't stay here too long then.
That's a
I
good
think
point.
did we not find that dragon not what we actually came for?
No,
If
didn't haven't these he points to the two wizards. These people have been yammering on about something, and I don't think it's the dragon.
Can we make an Arcana check to see if we can feel the magical essence in the air still?
Sure thing. Roll Arcana.
While they're doing that, I'm going to start packing up camp as quick as possible.
It's not responding.
Not responding.
No, I'm clicking it, but nothing happens.
Um,
Maybe refresh the page.
yeah. Try refreshing the both pages, maybe.
There, now.
Wow. You were asking for what?
If I can still feel the magical essence, so I know which direction we're going.
Yeah, the magical pull.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
it is very much there, and it's pulling you, uh, like the way you're heading.
Yes, the magical essence is indeed still there, and we should keep heading in the same direction.
Okay. Question: should we tie it out? Should we do what we did last time when when we were going over the swamp? Do you want to sort of get tied up to tie again?
It's probably a good
Good
idea.
idea.
In case one of us sinks again, we can pull a little bit better anyway. Have everyone behind that one pole instead of just one person focusing on it. Plus,
Okay.
we won't get lost.
Okay. He sort of So he clasps his hands together and go, right, you lot pack up quick as you can. I don't think it's wise to stay here with rats about, but stay. And even if there wasn't rats, we're in a flipping swamp.
Then let's get out of here quickly then.
Could be owls.
What's wrong with owls?
I am 3 foot tall. They are a predator species, and they're predator species.
Yeah, an owl could just lift him right off the ground and take
No,
off.
I have seen them go
Yes.
after foxes. That's fair.
I've
I
never
could say.
heard of a halfling being kidnapped by an owl.
Well,
That's
that's
what me.
probably
That's what
because
me
he
mum
didn't come
said.
back.
My mum always said before I went to bed, go to bed or else an owl will come and pick you up and you'll never be seen again.
Okay, Gurakuro looks confused and just nods for himself. Okay, good to know. Writes down some notes.
Note 1. William is an idiot.
William, scared of owls.
More specifically, owls are dangerous. Be careful.
So I assume we're like packing up, and after we've packed up, like William starts tying everyone together.
Yeah, sounds like it. Uh, Tying each other together doesn't really take much time, you know. And as before, you have about 5 feet of rope in between each other or so, give or take. Uh, are you going to stick to this marching order, or are you changing it up?
Does anyone have any problems with the marching order? Do you want to swap around or what?
I'm okay up front.
Because Varen and William being up front is good because they're one of them's the rogue and the ranger are both designed for scouting. So yeah.
Yeah, and we wizards, we don't really need to be up front to feel the magical pull. We just need to be here. So
Feel it, yeah.
yeah, we can feel it everywhere. We don't need to see it.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll take your lead.
Yeah, I'll point in the direction we should go, I guess then.
Rightio, off we go.
Okay, in that case, can I have the two in front give me perception checks? As well as survival. Look at this, we're getting some good rolls today. Okay, so strange thing is that, well, you kind of unknowingly start going for the tree trunks to walk safely across the bog water, but
Well, we know
occasionally
the
you,
bog water's solid, but we're just
yeah,
sort of like
but it's
I
kind of
think
instinct.
I think I'm borrowing one of the wizards. Like I think last time we borrowed the wizard's quarterstaff to sort of tap on the ground,
Yep.
just to keep
Yeah.
testing the water.
So it's still kind of like that instinct of trying to stay out of the water, but you quickly realize that, oh, yeah, no, that's not needed. We can just walk freely, which makes this whole travel so much easier than having to, trying to weave from tree trunk to tree trunk. You just walk. Mm, After traveling like this for about 3 hours or so, might be slightly less, slightly more difficult to tell, considering the fair lack of, well, sunlight. Um, Therein you don't notice it as quickly, but William, you notice kind of how the trees and the ground, it's getting sour. The one thing that makes Verin realize it is the fact that she did scout the path ahead a bit before sleeping to make sure it's safe. And sometimes you think of other stuff, especially when you got a dragon, um, that you don't realize stuff as quickly. But the ground does start smelling a little bit sour smell to it. I wouldn't go as
Are we
far and
talking
call
like off milk or just rotten? Just like
uh,
a rotten smell.
a bit in between. Like it's not off-putting
A
to
rotten
the
egg? Are we talking like an egg
kind of
smell, or
yeah,
like just like sour milk? You know when you like take when the milk is just barely off, but
yeah.
you can smell it.
What,
Slightly
what
unpleasant, but not like
yeah,
ew.
exactly. It's like, okay, this is I can't imagine something growing here who
I
knows
could
this, but
I'll check the rot. I still have the rotting scales, so I'll check the scales again.
oh, they smell uh, worse than this, but just as bad as before. They haven't improved, haven't worsened.
He has them in his pocket as well.
Yummy.
Oh, I'm sure I can find a use for them.
Yeah, but compared to the fish scales, this is nothing. Like, yeah, it's probably not good that the ground is smelling like this, for vegetation to grow. And as you think that, you also notice, like, there's a bit of a lack of vegetation, and what vegetation is there doesn't really seem to be thriving.
Could I quickly check my brewing stuff? I I I want to check me as we're like passing. I want to take out my brew and just sort of sniff it, like take off the bottle and the top and sniff it.
Sure. I'll just call that a D20, and I'll add stuff myself. Um, Seems to be coming along okay. Probably needs a bit more time, but giving it a shake right now,
My
good
worry
things
is
moving.
that maybe our food might go off quicker. That's my fear right now.
From what you can gather from your currently brewing drink, seems good. Uh, doesn't seem like it's being affected by the environment you're in.
William sort of like thinks for a moment, corks the thing, and sort of shrugs because he has no idea what's going on. He is a flipping idiot. Do you think that he looks back to he like looks I think it's Virgil who's behind him.
Yes, it
He
is.
sort of as they're like walking, he like sort of meanders back to Virgil and goes, "This isn't normal, is it?"
It definitely looks like the sort of corruption we've been looking out for.
Yeah, but this is like fairy tale sort of. This is like Wicked Witch sort of hovels and sort of. She points to like a tree. I swear that tree has like a in like drawings when they draw trees with like the scary faces. I swear that tree has got a scary face.
Does the tree look like it has a scary face?
No, but the tree doesn't look like it's doing well. So from the right angle, maybe it could have a scary face. Maybe
Does the tree look like it has Steve's cunt?
the tree is thieves' cant.
Ah, yes.
Well, I can't say that I'm familiar with magic or magical corruption on this scale, but I mean, it's entirely possible that this whole bog is a result of that.
I mean, my uncle talked about talked about he once knew this guy who could like suck like energy from things. I don't know if it like I don't know what it's called, but it was like necro something.
D-
Dead people magic. He called it
Necromancy.
that. Yeah, that this sort of what brings to mind whenever I read stories about these types of creatures. Usually, it's sort of this. It always describes it as them sucking the life out of people. So they're always depicted in my stories as like looking. Well, to be honest, or whenever I read a story about a wizard, about any sort of magic user, they always have like they look rather. I wouldn't say they were seen in the best light.
I can't say that I've studied very much necromancy. It's not a particularly popular topic in my
Oh, I can
circles, but
imagine. I can imagine. It seems to be wholly evil, in my opinion.
I mean, necromancy has play over both life and death. It's not inherently evil. It just, well, is.
You wouldn't know that when you hear when you read the stories they had. Ed.
I mean, everything is cast in a different light. I mean, you can do evil by manipulating with illusions or enchantments.
Oh, I remember there's a guy who came to our village one day. He sold the tavern keeper this piece of pottery that looked like it was like really expensive. Turns out it was only like a piece of like £20 tat.
Exactly. There's
We smashed it with a rock.
What's
well,
the Honia equivalent of AliExpress?
Yes. No, but yeah, there's obviously like the well merchants and transporters and all that stuff.
it's entirely possible that there's some form of necromancy going on here. I wasn't
I mean,
able to detect anything more than a pull with my spell last night, but maybe we'll be able to find more information as we get closer.
I
It
mean,
might just
this is the
be some sort of curse
We
or
could feel for it.
to be honest, you two are the first people, like most, like he gestures to like all to like the two wizards and two wizards and two bards in behind him. He goes, "You're the first like magical people I've ever met."
With evil creatures draining the life out of things, maybe my ex-wife is here.
You have an ex-wife?
I have 3 ex-wives.
Oh,
3 is a number of power. Should we be worried about that?
oh, they could be. They could actually be witches.
Anyway, I'm really just an apprentice. I don't know all that much. I've studied a lot, yes, but I'm not well versed very much in actually manipulating the ways of magic. I
You
know
know
very
more
little
than
about what's
me.
going on here.
Look at he like point he like stops for a minute, turns around, like looks dead in your eyes. You know more than me. Stop! Don't discredit your knowledge, mate. You are smarter than you are definitely smarter than me.
And you know a lot more than me about cooking and fieldcraft, or we'd be having a pretty bad time out here, I expect. But unfortunately,
Yeah, and
this is as far
and
as
I
I
would
know.
probably be dead if you didn't use your spelly magics.
Could I make a perception check to see if someone is watching us at the moment?
Sure thing.
You
Go
you
ahead.
like you need to have more confidence. You from what I've
Oh
seen, you are a
dear.
very competent magic user. Bearing in mind I haven't seen any other magic users, but but the point still stands.
That's an excellent vote of confidence.
Now with that, let's move on.
Eh, I mean, giving a quick look around as you're all traveling, it doesn't seem like anything's following you.
It's making me feel nervous, anyways. I agree. We should move on as soon as possible because right now we're in the middle of a swamp. Everything can see us, but we cannot see them.
Right.
Well,
Well, the last time we
all
spent
I
here, the
have to
better.
do is just all I have to do is move. Is I know how to hide.
Yeah. So travels continue then, uh, in
I
this
imagine
same
so.
manner.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Uh, who would like the honor of rolling a 1d6?
I can.
Go ahead. Dragons appear. Wait, what?
Oh no!
A 2. So as you're traveling, you start hearing quite first it's just a little bit, but growing louder and louder. And after a while, it's so loud and you're surprised looking around. God, the sound of the rain hitting all the leaves above us, it's deafening. Not much rainwater makes it down to you, oddly enough, like in a few places, so you get a bit damp, but not fully wet, you know.
Could
But
I find like a drip and sort of like try to refill my water skin with it?
you'd have to stop for it, but yeah, you could absolutely
That
do
would
that.
that be a good idea? I'm just
And
asking the rest of the party.
that would be a good idea because we don't have any actual fresh water we brought with us, just whatever Baron filled with the water skins earlier.
And
And
most
I
of that would
imagine
probably
those.
have been drank, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna go find like a drop, like a drip, like a relatively fresh looking drip,
Yeah,
and sort of.
not difficult at all. Like there's drips every like yeah, there's water on coming from above on the trees. There's drips all over the place.
So I'm gonna try and I'll use the I imagine my distillery kit has like a funnel, so I'll use the funnel to get as much out of it if I can. Could
Yeah,
I roll? Am I rolling survival or am I rolling anything to gather water?
no need to roll anything. Uh, you could even stop and fill up everybody's bottles this way, flasks or
I'll do that.
skins.
I can do that. Just grab my funnel, sort of fill up everyone's water skins, make sure everyone's doing good with
Yeah,
water.
I mean you've been
Thanks,
walking
William.
for a few hours by now, so a short rest wouldn't be, a bad idea every once in a while. And this is a good use of it. And that doesn't mean it's a short rest. It's just, sometimes when you walk a lot, you gotta sit down for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, rest our feet.
So I
Exactly.
refilled as I'm refilling. What's it? I'm like looking over to Varen like. So you can hear the dragon in your head.
Not all the time.
Does
It
it
seems to be very specific when it wants my attention.
does it
I just
speak
have to sit and listen.
does it speak words?
DM, does it speak in Draconic, or is it more just here's some information injected into your brain?
Yeah, it's kind of like that back and forth between I understand you, you understand me, but we're not really using words or language. It's just a understanding.
Not words exactly, but
Yeah. So
sentiment.
William
Understanding.
just sort of nods it like he's really interested about this.
Like, are you familiar with horses?
Horses, you say?
Like when you look at them and you can tell whether they're upset or
Yeah.
happy just by their body language. It's sort
Halflings.
of like that
We
in
had
a
a few.
way.
I imagine we had a few sort of small horses. DM, what do you think would be the name for like a pit pony in this fantasy world?
Uh,
A pony?
yeah, a pony.
We had a
Okay.
few sort of ponies in our back home. We mostly use them for like you know plowing the fields and
Regular
moving
horses.
carts that needed to be moved.
But you can
We
tell
don't.
by
I've
their
seen.
ears and such when they're upset for it, and you understand that. It's sort of
William
like
sort of
that, but in my head,
William sort of
it's hard
nods.
to understand.
Ah, I see, I see, I see. Yeah.
As you're having this conversation, William, you know take one water skin at a time, and when you get to Virgil's, you notice nasty bite marks in the bottom of it. This is probably going to be difficult to fill.
Okay. What he's going to do is he's going to get the distilling nozzle from his pack, and what he's going to do is going to put it right at the very bottom of the sack of the water skin or whatever he's using. That way, and then he's going to attach the funnel to the sort of distilling tube. That way, the water's getting right at the bottom.
Right. So rather than filling it up from its actual opening, he's using the gnawed through hole.
He's using the tube to fill it from the bottom up. Yeah.
Okay,
That way he won't have to like fiddle with getting it into the thing, because that'll be easier.
makes sense. You fill it up. Well, there's still an open hole.
Open hole. Just give me a
Yeah.
second. William comes from a farming village. He would definitely know quick fixes for like holes in water skins and stuff like that, wouldn't he?
Likely. Go ahead and roll just a d20 to see how well he patches it up and how
Prob-
noticeable it is.
I thought it would be like survival or something. I could argue this is like skills like a survivalist isn't just like, oh, this is not good to eat. It's like, oh, this is how you patch up a broken water skin, or this is how you do sort of like other stuff.
Makes sense. I'll allow that, yeah.
Thank you.
See, sometimes I'm nice. I deserve inspiration too.
Let's mark that on the calendar.
18. Yeah, you take out. First of all, you do have supplies for that, do you? Let's actually check. With what you have, you figure out like you could tear off small, thin strips from your rope, actually, and with kind of like an arrow, poke the holes through to make like new holes to thread the thin. Well, it's not really a rope. No, it's not really a thread, but using that, patch it up together to, and doing so, you figured this is good enough of a work to keep it intact.
As he like finishes filling the thing up, he's going to hand it to who is it again?
Virgil.
He's going to hand it to Virgil and goes, this is a quick fix. You probably need to get this repaired when we get back to the city, but it'll be good enough for now, okay?
Well, wonderful. Looks like they're after more than just our food.
Well, I imagine like he stamps on the hard sort of liquid, the hard liquid surface of the swamp. Not really going to
Yeah,
be getting much water right now, are they?
probably not from that. No.
The poor things are probably completely and utterly dehydrated at this point.
I mean, I imagine they get a certain amount of liquids from their food, but
Right?
I digress.
Everyone
Thank you.
filled up? Everyone filled up?
Well, thanks to you.
William gives a polite sort of bow. Is it like when someone you bards would know, we know when someone's been in a show and they sort of gives a polite bow. Shall we
A
be off
pat
then?
on the shoulder.
Shall we keep going then?
Sounds
We
good.
probably don't want to linger.
So same order as before.
I assume we're still tied together. Like this was just like a
Yeah,
a
you're all
small
still
stop.
tied together. So it's
So
like, unless someone wanted to actually untie themselves to take a more proper break and then tie them, but it's no big deal. Okay, let's go ahead and take a short break there. Let's say 5 minutes.
okay.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So go
And I didn't leave this time.
Okay, since I'm not getting any, I can't find the words. Any objections? I
Yeah,
will
speak
just
up if you're not here.
exactly.
Oh, there he is.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Poor dog.
Objection.
Okay, so you continue traveling in this same order and tied together as you were before then, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I'm actually gonna go with the two in front and the person in the back being Edgar. Go ahead and roll perception checks as you travel.
Oh, I'm actually
Wow,
paying attention for once.
for ones, yeah. Edgar's have a long stroke of just bad perception rolls.
Yep.
Are we all rolling perception?
The two in front as well, yes.
Okay.
Is it still raining?
Yes, indeed. And it's deafening.
Oh, the front isn't paying attention.
Nope.
William is probably still rabbling to Varen about the dragon.
Yeah, and the fact that the rain is so deafening, it doesn't help. So continuing to travel, you travel for another about 3 hours or so before the rain finally slowly starts to, it doesn't stop, but it at least noticeably decreases in its intensity. So going from absolute rainstorm pretty much to a drizzle. The two up in front, funnily enough, the two who should notice something first don't notice it. But Edgar, you from the back, kind of, you're not used to taking these kinds of walks. Like, yeah, taking walks is a thing and going hiking and stuff, but this is boring. So your what's it called? Your attention kind of gets divided from just looking around you, and you look way up ahead. And it looks like there's sort of not really a clearing, but a noticeable um, decrease in the density of the forest.
Okay.
So,
So it looks like the forest is ending.
yeah, and turning into woods instead. So, like the underbrush and vegetation between trees are kind of getting dispersed, and there's a bit more space between the trees.
Have
I think we're getting to the end of the forest.
what? I
I
can't hear
think
you. The rain.
I think we're getting to the end of the forest.
Oh, okay. He goes. He like yells at. He like looks to Varen and says, "Edgar thinks we're near the end of the forest."
Thank you, William.
Yeah.
She's just like leaned back, like you know how somebody like yells and you just do the lean back. And you're just like, all right.
Like, we're right here. You don't have to yell.
Exactly.
I tell Virgil, it seems like we're reaching the end of the forest.
You know, I was kind of getting that impression.
Why would we? So let me get this straight. We have just walked. We are walking through the forest. We have walked, and we're now on the other side.
It would seem so, yeah.
Uh, I have a question. Do these new trees, now that they've been pointed out, do they look as rotten as the swamp?
Much worse.
How worse?
Uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, about an 8. The trees previously were
Ooh,
like at a
ooh,
4 or 5.
that is worse. That is like, ooh. So if these trees were like clinging on to life, these trees are just dead.
Yeah, not only that, like you know how a healthy tree sometimes leaks out some resin. These are just they're, yeah, that they should have been leaking out a bit of resin, but that's not resin, that's something else, and it looks sticky and it looks bad.
Can I? No, I'm not a nature person. I wouldn't know what that is, but
I was about to say, like, it definitely, obviously, looks, far different than what it should.
Yeah,
It's like Varen's seen, deer and bear and big cats and stuff claw up trees and probably draw resin, but
yeah,
yeah.
this looks like even the color is way off. It's more on a green purplish side of things.
right.
Oh, that's not right.
Seeing as we're now out of the forest, should we maybe untie ourselves in case we get ambushed by something? Now that we're
Yeah,
out of something that could
if we're not in
decidedly.
danger of falling into a swamp anymore.
Yeah, that I'll as we get into the foresty section, I'm just gonna untie us all. Like take a moment just to untie everyone.
While being untied, can we try to sense for the magical pull? Is it still sensible?
Sure. Go ahead and roll Arcana. The ones wanting to try and feel. Yeah, you're right on track. And where you're standing right now, both of you can feel like, yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same direction you've been going. Maybe a little bit off, but that's kind of what happens when you get closer to something. But it's
You
also
know,
kind of pointing slightly downwards.
for the fun of it, for the lols, William's been like watching these people like stop and like try and feel the energy for ages.
Yeah,
Can he
roll
just
it.
can he try and do like can he
Yeah,
make an Arcana check
yes,
just
yes,
to
yes,
see?
absolutely, roll it. Yeah, you have no bloody clue and you know it.
I love that he tried, though.
Yep.
William like takes a moment, like like stands in the middle of the area, like licks his thing, does the thing where you check with like checking wind current, and goes, "I have no clue what these two are talking about."
Well, I'm not sure myself, but it feels like, I don't know if you agree, Virgil, but it feels like it's coming also from a little bit underground.
I swear, I thought you were going to say that you felt like we were getting to the edge of the forest.
I already told
Well,
you.
we are.
but but yes.
Yeah, I of course, yes, we're at the end of the forest now. Yes, yes.
So, shall
Uh,
we move on? Let's go.
let's go.
So, no rope now, or
Yeah, we are sands tied together. William just finishes like untying everyone, puts the rope into his like pack, and then says, "Right,
okay. So, continuing the last bit of travel. For now, the trees, as explained, are looking worse and worse and even worse, and the smell, funnily enough, has continued to stay that just unpleasant smell. Might be a bit stronger now, but it's still livable. It's not to the level where you think that this is bad to breathe.
There's no just sudden turn over to just pure rot.
Yeah, no, it's okay, you know. But up ahead, you see kind of not really a cliffside, but larger than. I mean, it's a fairly abrupt hill, which does have a slight cliffside to it.
This gives me Tomb of Horrors vibes.
There is. I'd imagine you're still about 150, 200 feet away from it, but it is visible. And giving a quick look, there looks like there's. I mean, yeah, either that's a huge rock or it's like a small cart at that might be a small entrance into the cliffside. Not really sure. You'd probably have to get much closer to check.
William's gonna do like a shushing motion, and he's gonna make like things like he's gonna make like a gesture of stay here. I'll go check it out. I'm a sneaky I'm a sneaky tiny man.
Absolutely. Go ahead
Be
and
careful.
roll first a stealth check. Oh, wow.
25. I have built this character around being sneaky.
Yep. And now go ahead and give me a perception check.
But he's not built on being deceptive.
Sort of goes with the theme of William at this point.
Okay. So, from everyone's view, William just disappears. He's gone. And you go closer, William. I mean, you kind of follow because the trees do go all the way up to the cliffside, so you stick to the shadows, and yeah, it might be an entrance by that rock right in front. Not entirely sure, and you decide to go a bit further, and you bump into something.
I immediately try to find a hiding spot so that I immediately try to like find a hiding spot so I don't get seen if it's a person.
Okay, Jamie, would you like to explain exactly what he bumps into?
So, William, unfortunately for you, you bumped into what you can only describe as a hunched over, possibly rat like bipedal humanoid looking thing. Crouched over the cart looking into the mines. Seems to be holding a bindle for some reason. Wearing some like ragtag, like leather and metal plated armor that just looks really like cobbled together. He's dirty, he stinks, and he's just skittering away to himself, huddled over, just peering into the mine shaft.
So essentially a Skaven from Warhammer.
Yeah, pretty much. You could say that. That's the voice I'm going for, so get used to it.
Oh god.
William is going to immediately as he bumps in, he's gonna immediately try and hide again before he gets noticed.
I mean, go ahead and give a stealth check with disadvantage, seeing as you bumped into him and now trying to hide right away from him.
How do you roll with disadvantage on Roll20?
Hold
Is it-
control.
Hold
Control.
control when you press, yeah. Oh boy.
Jesus.
I have built.
Jeez.
How many times do I have to say I
Yeah.
built the character to not be seen?
So something definitely bumped into you, and you turn around, and I'm not really sure how William manages to hide from something he literally bumped into.
What I'll do is as he turns around, William will scamper over behind this cart here.
Absolutely. So something definitely bumped into you. You felt it. You nearly hit your head on the cart in front of you, and now it's gone.
So obviously I would spin around. It's just a natural instinct thing to do.
Yeah.
And do I see the rest of them, or do I just?
Oh, they're still quite a bit away.
Oh, they're still quite a bit away.
Yeah, I can't bring them further out. So
Fair enough.
I'd say they're about 100 feet away or so.
Yeah, fair enough. I will resume my vigilance at the mine shaft. Just pass it off as something else. Must have been the wind.
Them in the wind. Pass the stealth roll. William is going to sneak up behind the rat.
Sure.
Where would this rat be facing? Would it be facing towards the cave, towards the entrance, or away from the entrance?
Towards, looking in.
So William's going to try and sneak around. So feel like
Yeah, I'll
there.
let that ride on the previous stealth check, but I will give a perception check for. Actually, with advantage as well.
Yeah, I would imagine I would.
Perception with advantage, yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, so you don't see him. Like, yeah, you're looking right that way, but you don't. Like, you probably see him, but you don't connect the dots, you know? It's like just movement. But you do smell that delicious food coming closer.
I was about to say William would probably hear the low growl of a stomach.
Yeah, and that food, the source of it is. It's closer.
It's very close.
William is going to sort of put his rapier on the rat's neck and goes, "Right, I'm going to say this once. Don't panic."
Can I roll for panic? Is that a roll? Can I do that? Is that a thing?
Flip a coin, I suppose, if you want. Or, yeah, or sure, you do.
Shall we do one is panic, two is not panic?
Absolutely, if that's how you want to do it. You could decide if you want to.
We don't panic.
As like, are you responsible for the magical hoo-ha that's going on around here?
What?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I just want to know if you know what's going on around here. Here.
Probably the cave.
Have you been in the cave?
Yes.
I have. William's like, I don't know what to do right now. This is the first time I have ever done this kind of situation. It was like, so, are you doing okay?
What?
I'm sorry. This is my first time holding someone at knife point. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Let me just. Do I have anything fun I can do right now?
Probably.
Look. Are you just answer? Are you evil? Answer that. Are you evil?
Evil? No. You've got it all wrong. You.
So you're not evil.
No. Just very hungry.
Oh, you're hungry. Oh, I can solve that. And he takes out he like takes off his he like puts away the rapier, goes into his pack, takes out like a a pound of cheese and just hands it to you.
Oh well, fuck that. I mean, I don't need to roll for cheese eating, do I?
No.
I will devour said cheese with joyous gusto, noticeable even on my rat-like physique.
He gives like a slight bow. William Underhill at your Underfoot. Sorry, William Underfoot at your service.
I feel like I'd just be too busy devouring the cheese to even give you a response right now.
William just sort of nods. Good cheese. Good cheese.
Anyone with a passive perception of above 13 or above, you start hearing conversation up
I
ahead.
hear nothing.
Say, were you in a prison cell a few weeks back?
Yes. I escaped.
Oh, you're the person they were chasing.
yes. Chasing. Got away with my friends.
Your friends are rats, aren't they?
yes.
I gathered that.
Cutting back over to the other part of the party.
Is it only me, or are there voices?
We should go looking for
Yeah,
him.
I
I
hear
think he's
something.
found something,
What?
and I'm just off.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, we hear he's talking to somebody. Somebody's talking. Maybe we should go, before William goes and gets himself killed.
Oh yeah, that's highly likely. Let's go check.
Let's go see what he found.
And William, as you're like headed, William's just sort of like rambling about his like when someone rambling about like his current adventures, and then when we left it, we were all stinky, so we went to like the bathhouse and we had lovely shower, lovely bath, it's amazing.
I feel like, unfortunately, the rat man would still just be really concentrating on eating as much as he could physically put into him right now.
You basically, you know how when someone starving finds a lot of food, gotta eat it all now.
Conversation after, food first.
That I don't feel like you're taking my any in consideration. It's pretty funny.
And yeah, you all approach and you see this creature, William speaking to the creature, you know.
Are you all right, William?
Yeah. Who's your friend here?
Hey, hello, everyone. I don't know who this was, but he can sure eat cheese.
How long's been since the cheese has been given?
Not more than like 30 seconds or so, maybe up towards the minute.
At this point, William's like sitting cross-legged outside of the cave, just sort of waiting for the as the party rolls up. He's sort of like happily he's like he seems like happy as a clam, really.
I feel like 30 seconds to about a minute is enough for probably a pound of cheese for a rat man
absolutely.
of my size. So I assume as the people walking, I will clamber upon the cart of coal, so that I may appear taller.
Don't worry, this guy's a friend. So how tall is he? Just want to ask a question.
5 foot something. I didn't quite decide. So
Yes, William is actually smaller.
But yeah, no, sorry. He walks. I'm assuming he would finish the cheese and notice the other people walking. Who would get upon the tumbled over mine cart and stand up as tall as he possibly can and beckon, which is in a way that almost seems human, not rat-like.
Ah, people, yes, man things. I am Robert Rattington. You must follow me into the caves. Yes, caves.
That is the best name I've ever heard in my life.
Why should we follow you anywhere?
Why? Because I am Robert Rattington the Third. You have not heard of me. Me.
Have I heard of him?
No.
Will goes, not the foggiest idea who you are. Although I do know, he looks at the people. It's the guy from the prison that escaped.
He will do like a mock bow, which is also way too human to be rat-like.
Rabbit Rattington.
Would
The
we
third.
recognize him from the sewer?
I mean, you only got like the slightest of a glimpse.
It's him. It's him. He said he escaped from a prison cell, and context clues and the like.
Are you sure it's him, or are you assuming it's him? Because he agreed.
I'm 100% assuming.
Right.
So the caves, yes. Let's go now, man things. Yes.
Before we
Go
follow
in
you,
for what?
The heavenly mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Yes.
Oh no, not again.
These ones don't walk, do they?
can I make an insight
A
check?
little. Yes.
Did I bite back?
Yes.
Fighting more mushroom. All right, I'm. All right.
I'll just turn like Guaco or Virgil, like, so is this where we need to be?
It feels like it was underground last time we checked.
Well, then I guess we're following him.
I
Or if
mean,
there are living mushrooms, that might be a sign.
he didn't try. I mean, I snuck up behind him with a sword, and he hasn't tried to take revenge on me just yet. I think we can trust him.
Not yet. Soon.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's going to
I
stick
would
around
also
for
like to
us?
make an insight
Yeah,
check on the rat man.
William
if-
looks over to Rattington, goes, "I gave you cheese. We are even."
give me insight checks, and Jamie, you decide which one and just hidden roll it to me.
I mean, I was being
You could tell them if you want, you know.
Yeah, no, I genuinely meant that.
He
Which
seems
could mean
suspicious.
anything.
Look at the giant rat man. The least we have is we have someone else who actually knows what they're doing. I think.
Well, I guess we have no reason not to trust him yet, so we might as well see where this is going.
Well, he
But be
did
careful.
just threaten to take revenge against me for you know, but
Our other option is to keep walking and see if the pull leads elsewhere. But yeah, I mean,
could
I'm not
could
expecting to find any other ways
then
underground.
do that weird Zen thing you do and see whether it is coming from in there. He says, pointing in the cave.
I mean, it's only giving us a general direction, unless we're suddenly on top of it, which I don't expect. I'm not sure that's
You
going to be any
haven't
more
checked,
definite.
have you? I would suggest at least checking.
It's difficult to tell if it leads into here, but it does lead to. It could be in here.
How long does it take him to do that? Is it like instantaneous? Does he just like close his eyes and he knows like a compass, or?
The Arcana check is more like standing still, just feeling nature, basically. Except it's not nature; it's feeling for a like
Yeah, it's feeling
what.
like the yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a couple of seconds at
Okay,
most.
seconds. Never mind then. It's fine. Because I'm still standing there gesturing with my hands.
I mean, like I said, it's possible.
I say we trust we trust the strange rat man that rat man that has threatened to take revenge against me.
With this
I
money, we can keep an eye on him.
I'll point to the small halfling with the bindle, knowingly.
Then, no charm like the present. Shall we press on and see if we can find?
Let's
these
kill
magic
some
mushrooms?
let's kill some mushroom people. Onwards and upwards, as they always say.
Let's go then.
William is going to walk towards the entrance of the cave and also going to hide and stealth because I don't want to alert any mushrooms inside of the cave.
Absolutely.
Before we enter, Gurkura's gonna take out his notebook and write one single line. If you find this book, the rat killed me.
It seems plausible and like a thing that would be, yeah.
I feel like as they're agreeing to come in, I would have already charged ahead somewhat.
How far and how quick?
I mean, I know there's mushrooms down there,
Yeah.
so you know how quick I'm going.
Quick as fuck.
Yeah.
William is going to, I think, probably be the second enter but a bit more cautiously, and also going to stealth. I'm gonna roll stealth now.
Okay, so if everybody could go ahead and place themselves where they would be, like, as the conversation and deciding, and then I'll let Rattington move a full. Are you? How are you moving? Bipedal? Let's see.
23 to stealth. Oh boy.
Let's go for a full-on skitter. Why not?
Sure thing.
I will also be stealthy.
Go ahead and roll it.
Let's all start.
Should we all be stealthy?
Oh God,
If you
no.
want
I
to.
thought you want me to move.
What's the actual movement speed on you?
25.
Yeah, so go ahead and move your full movement then, unless you're using that thing to, charge ahead.
No, I think
Mid-range.
25 is enough.
Okay. In that case, could I have everybody press their icon and roll for initiative? Is this the old one? Yes, it is.
The rat turns around and bites people. Don't know why it rolled twice.
Yours is a 5.
That's where I've just placed William sort of there because that's where he'd probably be.
Yep.
He's being more cautious.
Issue is I see your old rolls as well because it hadn't cleared for some reason, so I'm struggling a bit. Please hold.
Your call is important. Please hold.
You all right there, Nye?
No.
I've just remembered William has walked into a dark area and doesn't have dark vision because he is a
Oh
serpent
no.
halfling.
Williams, you didn't press your token, did you? Or is he showing up in the order for you guys?
I
I don't see
William
him.
now.
Sorry.
Nope.
We
It's
also
okay.
don't have Aiden.
I know.
You want me to roll initiative again?
Yes, I'll change the number to what it needs to be. It's just so that it actually shows up and all. There we go. Okay, everyone is visible now, right? We have Rat, Edgar, Barros, Verin, Virgil, Gurakoro,
Should
William,
be.
and Aidan. Looks like it's everyone. Yay!
How did I get one of the highest initiative?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's strange.
Because I make a fast as fuck character and can't roll shit. That's why.
Okay, okay. So, who wants the honor of controlling Aidan?
Well, I mean, I could control him as long as. How do I do it?
Well, you basically pull up his character sheet and make the moves and make decisions. And of course, if you're not sure, you bring it to the group, basically, as before.
If you don't want to do it, I'll do it.
No, it's more that I mean, it might be good for me to know if I'm gonna control another character later. I just want to make sure that I don't make
Sure.
any mistake here.
Absolutely. So you go on the D&D Beyond and bring up the you bring up A2 and have both your character sheet and his. That's basically it.
And if you roll initiative or
in the
whatever,
campaign.
you just have to click on his or whatever.
Yeah, I already rolled the initiative though, so that's fine.
Okay, so I don't have to do initiative for him.
No, I did that. But at least that means I don't have to do the actual character controlling, basically.
See, what are you? A fighter? Okay, this should be fine.
Yes, I don't know if he is long rested yet. It looks like he is, so all should be fine. Yeah, if you use any like limited use stuff, do write that to me so I can change that so it sticks, basically.
He will have his action search and stuff ready, right?
Yes, that would be back. Since you did take a long rest, everything would be back.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, let me show you stuff. See about there. Okay, Gurakuro. Nothing has kicked off yet. But the rat and William just charged ahead into the cave.
Right. I have dark vision, so I will move up. Let's see, what is my movement now? Is it 30 feet?
I think it's 30, yes.
Yes. So I will move 30 feet. Should be around here, I think.
Yep.
And I'm going to use my action to cast light
On
or
what?
dancing lights. I mean,
Okay,
dancing
dancing
lights.
lights. Okay.
And I will summon them as 4 torches.
See if I can do them all at once. Or if I gotta do them one by one. Yes, I do. Controlled by you. If I copy paste this one, can you move those? Amazing.
A second.
What's the area?
It gives dim light for 10 feet, and each of them has to be 20 feet within the range of another sphere. Oh, sorry, I will stop moving them.
That's fine. There you go.
They are 20 feet within. Yes, they are. They are. Okay. I will leave them like that.
They are 10 feet right now.
Yeah. But I mean, to be able to be
Oh,
active, it needs to be, for example, one sphere needs to be 20 feet within another sphere.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's
they
fine.
can't be too far away from each other. So like the radius should be 20.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, Rat Boy, well, Gurakuro turns up right next to you and there's lights around you. Slowly dancing.
Fair enough.
And we go to Aiden's turn. 30 feet, I think.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't see any enemy, so I'm just gonna move him closer to my. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And Barris.
It's like having an AI.
Yeah.
I can't look that far. I'm definitely not going in ahead of Aiden. So I'll be behind Aiden.
Absolutely.
I think that'll be all for me.
Sure thing. William.
Right. So William is stealth right now, if I remember correctly. I stealthed
Yes,
before
sir.
I went in.
Yes, sir.
So he's going to keep to the corner and sort of, I don't know, he's going to sort of move.
Yep. Ah.
He's got out his bow and he's going to sort of like, do you know when someone's like trying to, like, as he's hiding, he's keeping the bow out in case something tries to attack him
Yeah, makes sense.
as he like rounds the corner.
So
I don't
not
think he sees anything because it's
no,
dark. But
no. Holding attack or just being ready.
he's. I would say it's hold. I would say I would hold my attack until something comes out of the something comes like in my line of sight here, and if it attacks me, I'll if it like If it seems threatening, I'll fire. Or it looks like a mushroom.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Virgil.
If it looks like a mushroom, I'll attack it.
Yep.
We were traveling for probably about 4 or 5 hours, right? Just for because mage armor is 8 hours.
That was before the first rest, and then after that another 3 hours, so 7. So it would either
Okay,
be
yeah. Gotcha.
so it would either be out by now, considering you
Or about to be.
yeah.
Gotcha. Just checking.
Yep.
Because I will, go ahead and cast that.
Okay, renewing it.
Yeah.
Okily dokily. And you hear from the ones inside and going towards the right, you hear from behind you the kind of yippering soundings. Like it's kind of like two creatures talking. Rattington, you understand the conversation since you speak pretty much the same language.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a conversation about the mushroom and how well it's growing.
Cool. I don't have time to salivate yet.
No. Considering their conversation, they seem to be unaware of your presence.
Cool.
And this one is going to, they talk and this one decides to go away. And the other one stays. Verin.
For now, I'm just going to switch up my movement. Scoot it here. And
Absolutely.
also ready the bow, not to draw quite yet. But
Yeah,
just out.
kind of like William keeping the
Yep.
arrow ready to draw if you need to.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And we go to Edgar then.
Okay, so I also rolled stealth, so Edgar uses the tried and tested technique of hiding behind barrels.
Yes. Barrows, you're not entirely sure where Edgar went.
Right.
Because that's actually a good roll. Okay. And then we go to Rattington.
Hey, it's me, Threatened baby. Um, I will scurry my very little behind here,
Okay.
because I think where I was, I couldn't really see them, just hear them.
Yeah.
And
From that point of view, you would see the creature and a big one.
oh shit! I'm going to cast a fairy fire over there.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't know why. Yeah, no, they need a dex save, I believe. Do they? Yes.
Yes, they do. That doesn't harm them, right?
No, but anyone, if they're in that 20-foot cube, when they get attacked, it's an advantage to the attacker.
Yeah,
While
They
I
will save.
sit
if
there and
there were
concentrate.
any hidden creatures, it would show them.
What is the area of it?
I do not
20,
hit
right?
20.
Where do you focus it?
Hmm. Probably like on that square, 20 foot around that square. So
Okay. So
yeah.
around there, then?
Yeah. You can see that, right?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
oh, you mean like that?
Yeah,
Or-
sure. That'll hit the both of them because it's 20 feet.
You do actually get the ping, a ping from over here.
Cool.
Um,
That'll be me. Thank you. And yeah,
let me actually read.
I have no idea what class you are, so this is fun. I'm trying to work it out.
Well, fairy fire so far, so that could basically mean anything, really.
I have an idea, but
It's
only
a
because I'm
barbarian.
playing one on a server.
Okay, so those two actually don't notice anything. Nice, nice. Right, we go over to Gurakro. The rat just kind of ran the other way from where William went and cast a spell.
Well, do I see that he does that?
Yes, you see him casting a spell. Absolutely.
And I will move, say, 10 feet up here.
Mhm.
And since I have dark vision for 60 feet, I assume that I can see them in the corner because I think it's
they're
45
glowing.
or
They're
50.
illuminated anyway. I
No,
think.
no,
Oh.
they saved.
Oh, did they? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
But no,
And
you see them.
as a bonus action, I'm going to start with moving my lights.
Sure, move them about. The creature you see in front of the large mushroom person, it's kind of a mix between a hamster and a mole rat kind of looking being, but this too is bipedal. Looks
Okay.
like it has kind of imagine a mole rat mutating into a bipedal form. That's what you're looking at.
Okay. Um, seeing as the Mr. Rattington used a spell against them, I'm assuming that they're not friends for now, at least. So I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead on the closest one, the red one,
So
the one with the red face that I can see. Yeah,
yeah,
that one.
the mole rat thingy,
Yes, yes,
not
yes.
the mushroom.
So let's see here.
That is, if I recall correctly, a wisdom saving throw.
It is a yes, indeed, Wisdom 13.
2.
Yeah, he gets it. Then let's roll the die.
Ooh, that's a
It is not
good
damage.
one.
So the church bell starts ringing in his head.
Yep. And it looks around confused and sees all of you.
Save for William, I imagine.
Well, it sees at least the two of those two, as well as the lights, which it for some reason didn't notice until now.
And I'm going to take 2 steps, 10 feet in this direction, and then I will finish my turn.
Okay. Then we go to Aiden.
Let's see here. He does not appear to have any ranged weapon.
No.
So, since he's quite not sure what we're fighting about yet,
All he sees is like the rat running up, doing hand things, probably magic, and then seeing you doing things, which makes him sure that magic is happening. Something's there.
then I would say that he walks up 25 or 30 feet. Maybe I will switch my. See, can you see if I do this? Like here, where my light is now.
Ah, right, yeah.
So right
There.
in the intersection, yeah. And he's going to hold a great sword attack. So yeah, two-handed attack in case
Okay.
a creature comes close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because he also has reactions and stuff, right?
Yes.
Good. Then I will do that and end turn.
Okay. Barrows. So, yeah, I'd imagine Aiden already had his greatsword out because he usually does that. But
Well,
you
yeah.
looking in, you see the stuff happening. Like there's lights. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, Barris should have his axe ready. Um, there and see. I wanna use my bardic inspiration, give it to Aiden.
Okay. Gonna add that just like they're writing that down.
That'll be all for my turn.
Okay. William.
William is going to move is going to peer down the other corner, not see anything right now. Assume it's that's clear for now, and move over to where he's hearing all of the sounds. Which
Okay.
he's going to peer around the corner, and with his low light, no vision, with his like normal vision, can he see anything as he like peers around the corner?
Considering there's the dancing lights about, I'd say they give enough to give like a general lay outline of the mole rat creature. Yes.
Okay, he's going to pull his crossbow, and he's got no idea why he's doing this, but he just assumes because the creature's like probably screaming at this point because it's had like told the dead in its head.
Yep.
It's going to assume that's a threat and fire with his short bow.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll it with disadvantage due to, well, aiming at the silhouette basically. Ooh. So you fire off the arrow and it hits, but you hear a pretty familiar, like an arrow hitting wood.
Bonus action, he's going to like duck behind the corner, like press his his back against the wall as like a bonus act for his like bonus action to hide.
Sure. Roll stealth. Oh, you're like apart from the people who know exactly where you're standing in light, they see you, but any creature showing up would probably have a really hard time finding you.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, unless you have anything else, we go to Virgil.
All right. So I mostly just hear a bunch of magic happening.
Can barely hear you. I think you asked if you could hear magic happen. Yes, you can.
Yeah, sorry, as mostly
It's okay.
talking to myself.
It happens.
So that should be 30 feet there.
Yeah. You might also have heard the arrow sticking in something wooden.
I will go ahead and just cast light on my spellbook for the time being. That's 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim. get us a bit more light going in here because I can't see what's going on. And that will be my turn.
God damn. Yeah, you give off a lot of light. That is centered on you. So, okay. In that case, we go to the creature's turn, which lets out a loud shout to the one person who actually understands it. It shouts, "Intruders, we're being attacked." And then it's gonna...
Anyone else feel like this was a bad idea?
No.
Magic said to go this way. We're following the magic.
Yes,
Actually,
Just so
he is the
happens we're
magic
also
guide.
following a crazy rat creature.
I mean, Virgil's thought this entire thing was a bad idea, but he's here anyway.
let's see, how far away are you? Yeah. You hear the clanking of rocks landing around here.
Who's you? Everyone? Oh,
All of you,
all right.
if you're inside.
Okay.
Then, but yeah, you hear rocks being thrown and landing here. 2 of them.
Not the rocks.
And yeah, Verin, it's your turn.
Well, I was gonna move up to here, but if there's rocks being thrown in this area, I probably just go to here. Maybe here.
Yeah.
And can I see anything through here?
Do you have dark vision?
I do. I am a tiefling.
60 feet?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, you see like right by that structural post, you see 2 creatures. Likely the ones throwing rocks.
Do I have a clear shot on this one?
Clear enough, yeah. Either of them. Like the structural post is basically up to the wall, just holding the roof, like in a mine shaft.
Wait, how do I draw the line again?
Oh, with the ruler up on the left. I don't know in which order it is for
Let's
you
go with
guys.
this one on the right. So that'll be
This
more
one?
of a straight shot.
Yeah, go for it.
Have to find all the buttons.
Yeah, it absolutely does, and it sticks. Like, you can barely see it since they're still in the dark, but it kind of gets stuck in between 2 plates of wood. And you hear it yelp out.
I think that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah. In that case, Edgar.
Okay, he's still moving behind Paris. And then he says, "Hey Ratman, what do you call a rat with a wooden leg? A pirate." And that's an inspiration.
To Rattington.
Indeed.
My lord, what have I done?
You've brought this upon yourself.
That's my turn.
Okie dokie. Then we go to Rattington.
I am going to 20. Do I see anything up this way? Just before I decide on what else to do. Fuck me sideways.
And they seem to be standing with rickety shields held up and pointy sticks right ahead, like in a defensive formation. And the one with the mark, it has a outline.
Okay. I'm going to hold my melee action, please.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
In that case, it is Kurakuro's turn, but we will end today's session here. Because this might be a long one.
A rat man.
So if
Ratman, what have you wrought?
So if anyone didn't believe me when I said that the character me and